You trust your refrigerator with your life every single day. But what if I told you the very first fridge was a death trap? A machine so dangerous, it killed more people than it saved. And the strangest part? The man who solved the problem didn't invent anything at all. He just watched the deadliest disease on Earth do something impossible. Close your eyes. You are standing in a New York City summer, 1880. The air is thick like soup. Garbage rots in the street. And inside your apartment, a block of ice sits in a wooden box. That is your refrigerator. Every 2 days, a man with horse shoulders hauls a 50-pound block up 5 flights of stairs. You pay him in coins. You watch the ice melt into a wooden tray. Your milk floats in a puddle by noon. Your butter turns to yellow oil. Your meat smells sweet by dinner. That sweet smell is death. Before electric refrigerators, the world smelled like a corpse. Families lost children to spoiled milk. Hospitals buried patients from bad meat. In summer, cities became ovens. Flies covered everything. Cholera, typhoid. Sickness crawled from every kitchen. You could not stop it. You could only buy more ice. But ice was not clean. Ice cut from frozen rivers carried typhoid bacteria inside it. The very thing keeping your food cold could be poisoning your family. And the ice harvesters, they disappeared every winter. Men fell through cracked lakes. Horses drowned in the dark water. Entire shipments arrived late, rotten, or not at all. People accepted this. They thought spoiled food was simply the price of being alive. Then a strange doctor from Florida had a nightmare. His name was John Gorrie. He watched malaria patients shake and burn with fever in a cramped hospital. He begged for ice to cool their bodies. No ice came. The ships were late. The river was warm. People died. So Gorrie became obsessed. He built a machine that could make ice using compressed air. It worked, but when he showed it to the world, they laughed. They said cold from a box was unnatural. They said it was witchcraft. He died, broke, and broken. A forgotten man with a strange dream. Years later, a German engineer named Carl von Linden quietly filed a patent for a better system. No fanfare, no celebration, just paper and ink. That patent sat in a drawer while the world kept dying from bad milk. Then 1913 arrived. A man named Fred W. Wolf built the first domestic electric refrigerator. It was called the Domelre. It looked like a wooden chest with machinery strapped to its back. Ugly, loud, terrifying. People refused to buy it. They said the electric cold would leak out at night. They said the machine would freeze their children's breath. The real turning point came not from technology, but from poison. In the 1920s, refrigerator makers used toxic gases like methyl chloride. If a pipe leaked, the family slept and never woke up. Dozens died silently in their kitchens. The newspapers called refrigerators murder boxes. A strange chemical company named Frigidaire finally stopped the bleeding. They invented Freon, non-toxic, stable, safe. And suddenly, every home wanted one. The murder box became a miracle. Here's the part the textbooks hide. Before refrigerators, people preserved meat by burying it in salt or hanging it in cold cellars. But in the 1800s, London had a strange solution. They built massive ice houses underground. Workers cut ice from Norwegian lakes, shipped it across the sea, and stored it in dark brick chambers covered in straw. Rats infested the ice houses. Men died from collapsing walls. But one detail is truly disturbing. Wealthy families hired ice tasters. A servant would chip off a piece of river ice and eat it afore anyone else. If he got sick, the family would not touch that batch. If he died, they buried him and found a new taster. Your grandparents grew up in a world where poor men swallowed poison ice so rich children could have cold lemonade. Walk to your kitchen. Open your refrigerator. The light turns on like a loyal friend. Nothing smells sweet. Nothing moves. But here is the darkest twist of all. The first refrigerators did not just preserve food. They preserved something else. Class. For thousands of years, only the wealthy could eat fresh food in summer. Everyone else ate rot or nothing. The fridge was supposed to be the great equalizer. But look at the world today. Billions of people still have no refrigerator. They still watch their milk spoil by noon. The strange story of the first refrigerator is not about ice or machines or even death. It is about this quiet truth. The thing you touch every morning is still a luxury for half the planet. And the only reason you have one is because a doctor watched people burn to death and refused to look away. Now close the door. The cold will wait, but the question won't. Who today is dying because the next great invention is still just a dream in someone's dark room?